and welcome to Cajun Cooking TV tonight. It's Saturday night at the Stokes house and we are making gumbo tonight. We had a cool snap here in Baton Rouge, so I felt like, oh, it's time to make some gumbo. But that won't last, so we better hurry and make the gumbo now. We're gonna have some shrimp and crawfish gumbo, and I also have some andouille sausage to throw in there. And our recipe for Cajun Cooking TV Made Easy here, Cajun Cooking Made Easy, we have seafood gumbo here in our cookbook. It's on page 7. This recipe is for my huge pot of gumbo when I'm making it for Christmas or one of the holidays and I want to make a whole bunch and put it in the freezer. So tonight I'm going to help you and show you how to make a smaller batch so that it could just be for you and your family and you don't necessarily want to freeze a whole bunch. And first I have my big stainless steel pot going here. I put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm going to turn that on to heat it up. This is a really hot burner, so we just need to be careful. And I have 2 cups of chopped green onion, celery, bell pepper. This is called the Cajun Trinity. Otherwise, at the store, it's called the seasoning blend in your frozen food section. Or if you're industrious enough on your weeknight cooking gumbo, you can just chop your own bell peppers, onions, celery. So, pour in that, get that sauteed. We're going to do this for a couple minutes just to let it get translucent, and then I'll add in some minced garlic. And I already did one, so we need 2 cloves of garlic. So I put 1 right in there and give it a big squeeze. Gotta have some muscles. I need my muscles. There we go. Now we have some fresh minced garlic ready to go. So in just a minute, I'll throw in the garlic. You don't want to do it too soon because it'll get too dark and kind of turn brown, and that's not very appealing. So I'm going to wait a minute and let this saute a minute, and we'll keep going. With the gumbo, of course, usually it's first you make a roux, but I like to do my vegetables first so I can have that going and get the okra cooked and have all the vegetables ready to go and the tomatoes, and let it start melding the taste and the seasonings to start developing. So I do have 1 stick of butter, I cut it up, and then 1/2 cup of flour, and that's gonna be my roux. And you need equal amounts of your flour and your oil. Some people use canola oil, but I like the true butter flavor. I've got some seasonings here. Of course, I've got Tony Chachere's. Gotta have that and everything. And then I've got some ground bay leaf. And then another favorite of mine to put in my dishes, these are pretty standard for me, is celery salt. And then I have this beautiful bag of okra. I love okra. And I could eat it like frozen, fried. I remember my grandmother, she used to take okra, but it would be fresh okra out of the garden at our old house. It was a huge backyard, and that yard was always a garden of some sort. So I got this going. Just another minute or 2. I'm gonna put this to the side, let that go, and now I'm gonna open up my diced tomatoes so I'll have them ready to go. So earlier today I had to make my own chicken stock. Looky here. Beautiful chicken stock. And that, my friend, is what we're going to use for the juice. Oh, granddaughter calls it chicken juice. And now I'm going to ladle some of this in here. And I'm going to get this in here, and then I'll put the okra in and let it start to cook. Go. Big cup. There we go. So I've got my chicken broth in here, and I've got my beautiful okra. I'm just going to pour that in there. And you want to cook the okra down. I'm going to cook this about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but you want to kind of what's called get the slime out. You want to cook it it down until it's not so gummy looking, so to speak. That really doesn't bother me, but that's what people say. So we're gonna let this cook. I'm gonna turn up the fire a little bit just so the okra can cook down, and then we'll add some more stuff in just a minute. Okay, so now it's time to make the roux. First you make a roux, so here we go. I have 1 stick of butter. I got it already cut up. I did a lot of prep work today, and so this is already at room temperature, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna turn my little burner on number 1 and start to melt this butter. So once I get the butter melted, I have equal parts of all-purpose flour. So I'll get that going. And then a roux is just the thickening agent of flour and butter. Pretty simple, but the key is that you have to keep stirring and you don't want it to burn. And it's probably gonna take the 10 minutes while I'm doing the okra. So once I get this going, I'm gonna continually stir until it turns like the color of caramel. Okay, so here's my butter melted. That was quick. So little by little, my little measuring cup. So we mix it all together. And then we'll go through a couple stages where we've got this, you know, really yellow butter flavor. And then it'll start to, you can tell it's really getting to changing in the stages where it starts to get thicker. And then finally you get to where it's that nice brown caramel color. So here we go. I'll keep stirring, just stir and move the flour around. You don't want it to scorch. So let me check my okra back here and see what we're doing. Oh wait, my rice cooker is over there in the background. I need a rice cooker. Should I get that going? I suppose so. Okay, I'll get the rice pot out. Should have saved some chicken juice for the rice. I do not like cooking the rice because I tend to, just like I did just now, I walk off from the pot and I'll forget that I'm boiling something. Oh, here's where the stage is starting to turn. It's really boiling now. Looking good. Come hug me. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Are you a fan of Cajun Cooking TV? Check out our cookbook available called Cajun Cooking Made Easy. Enjoy our full recipes, instructions, links on how-to videos, and much more. Cajun Cooking Made Easy. Order your copy today on our website at CajunCookingTV.com. Get yours for only $9.95 and is personally signed by Cajun Cooking Beryl Stokes.
We're back, and now my roux is almost ready. Our okra is ready, and Mike's gonna help me get it over here so that we can coordinate getting this roux in the pot. This is really hot. It's basically boiling butter, and so we have to be really careful. I've turned off the heat here. We've got our okra here. You ready?
What am I to do?
Why don't you be the stirrer? Cover yourself, because it's going to be sizzling.
Hazmat suit.
See that? You can hear it sizzling. Hazmat suit.
The roux is what makes it good.
Yeah.
Everything else is just to carry the roux. The roux is what you eat. Is your flavor.
Can we get all this good stuff at the bottom? Okay, Mike Stokes, I made a roux.
You did. First you make a roux.
And this was my guide. I had little caramel in the pantry, so I got it out and I was like comparing it. to the color of my roux until it was just the right color. So I need to put this away because we're all done with that. And now, can you put this on here, please?
I will. Being as I'm the one with the hazmat material. I don't favor any dog hair in my gumbo now.
Well, he has short hair.
Short or long.
Well, he doesn't shed.
Doesn't shed. You shed.
Well, it's either pick him up or leave him on the floor and step on him.
I could go let him play with the coyotes out there.
No.
Okay.
We only had him 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, so our okra was done. It's getting soft, looks good. I got my 1 can of diced tomatoes. You can also use Rotel tomatoes, but I really like this kind better. Put that in. How about that, Mickey? We got this little dog just a couple weeks ago, and he is such a good dog. Just love him. And now here's my seasoning blend. Like I told you at the beginning, I have 1 teaspoon celery salt, 1 teaspoon Tony Chachere's, and 1 teaspoon of ground bay leaves. So we're gonna put that all in there. And I'm not gonna add any salt right now because I actually salted the chicken broth. So I don't want it to be too salty. What do you think, Mr. Mike?
Don't want it too salty.
Don't want it too salty. Want it just right.
Want it just right though.
This is looking pretty good. Okay, Mickey, you're getting pretty heavy. I have to put you down. I also have 2 teaspoons of
Parsley?
parsley. Thank you for your assistance while I'm one-handed.
That's why I get the big bucks. I got the answer.
To be my assistant, I know when I forget what I'm saying. Okay, Mickey, you're heavy. Bye. Ugh. Okay, boss man. Oh, egg story. Okay.
Egg factory.
So back to the Justin Wilson, which brought up me remembering about the egg factory. So Justin Wilson's telling the story, and he's telling the story, and he's like, you know how he talks. And he's saying, oh, I don't even have this on. Let me turn it on. I got it on number 2. And he's telling a story about this guy who has a bunch of chickens. And of course, I didn't know what he was talking about while he's telling the story. And he's telling the story how this man and kept calling the state police because people were zoom, 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 zoom down the road. And he kept calling state police like, what can you do to slow people down? So they put up a sign, go slow. Because they had chickens. And the chickens were getting run over. But why they were running around, I don't even know. So this chicken farmer, he got so aggravated, he kept calling the state police over and over and over. And they're like, we don't know what to do for you, dude. They just keep going, zoom, 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 no matter what we do. So the guy said, okay, I'm gonna put up my own sign. And so he put up his sign, and all of a sudden, you know, over a little bit of time, all that stopped. No more cars going zoom, zoom, zoom. So, you wanna know what the sign said? Because the cop is like, you know, how did you stop him from doing that? And the sign said, slow please, nudist colony. That was so funny. And then, come to find out, he was talking about these people I know in Springfield. And Mike gets a kick out of this. And I'm tickling myself. Okay, I can't even tell a story, it's so funny. Well, back in the day, when I was about 10, 11, 12, something like that, my mom worked at the chicken factory, at the egg factory. So we would go on the weekend.
That had the sign?
Yes, that one, the one Justin Wilson was talking about. And he named the guys Mr. Lobel, and I was like, and he said on Springfield Road, and I was like, oh man, I know them. So I tagged Miss Sheila Lobel. But yeah, my mom worked at this little egg factory, as we called it, egg farm, and I went there. So it was really interesting to see how eggs are made. But in addition to that, this is the part Mike thinks is hilarious, is down the street from our house, back in the woods in Springfield, there was another chicken farm with, you know, just this long house of nothing but chickens in a cage. It was so disgusting. There's chicken poop everywhere. But you would take a little cart down the aisle and you pick the eggs, and you have to hope that the chicken didn't peck you on the hand. So then you would take all the eggs and package them up, and it's like, Mike just loves to bring that up. I don't know why, but I know how to pick. I know how to pick eggs.
Is it on your resume?
No, that is not on my resume.
Too bad.
Too bad. So now when my friend from Georgia brings me some fresh eggs every now and then he comes in town, he's like, these are eggs from a hen. They're a little dirty. I didn't wash them. And it just makes me remember, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to go back to picking eggs. Because Mike actually wanted some chickens in our backyard at our other house. I was like, oh man, I cannot have going up in there and getting those eggs and having the chicken pick me. That just wasn't gonna happen. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
G'day, my name is Steve Z. You should check out my show, Driving Me Crazy. Check it out.
Hey! Today I'm the crocodile hunter. Hey, I'm Batman. I'm just Napoleon. You guys want to be on a YouTube comedy show?
If you like that, you can check out my full episodes at Driving_Me Crazy on YouTube.
Don't you sleep on God, hey, cause he won't sleep on you. Oh, don't you sleep on God, cause he won't sleep on you. Don't you sleep on God, cause he won't sleep on you. Don't you sleep on God, cause he won't sleep on you. Don't you sleep on God, cause he won't sleep on you. Sleep on God, he won't sleep on you. Don't you sleep on.
Welcome back. We are getting close to being done with this delicious gumbo, and I already had a taste to make sure the seasoning was just right, and it is perfect for me. If you want a little hotter, put some Tabasco or whatever, but I like it. The taste of the roux is good, the okra's blended in, and so it's time to add all the meats. So I've got my 1 pound of crawfish, Louisiana tails. I've got 1 pound of shrimp. I've been sitting on this ice bath here, peeled and deveined, tails and all. And I had 2 links of andouille sausage. So I sliced those really thin, and Mike cooked these for us last night. It was really our dinner. And so he cooked them in the cast iron pot on the stove, and then he put them in the oven, and I love to slice it up and eat it with mustard. Yum. So I'm gonna put all this in there. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I've got my 1 pound of shrimp. Pour these in here. I had them spin in an ice. There we go. And then, this is my favorite, crawfish. It is crawfish season, so we are making crawfish dishes up in here. But if you're, in another state, you can't get crawfish, it's okay. Use more shrimp, put in crab meat. When we make the big pot of gumbo, we put in some crab meat. So if you don't have crawfish tails available, no big deal.
What about possum or coon?
We don't cook coon or possum. All right, man, this is gonna be good. So I'm gonna let this cook the shrimp, the crawfish, for about 2-3 minutes. Bring it back to a boil. I had to turn it off. Because once you put that roux in there, you gotta stir it pretty often. You don't wanna walk away from it. This is gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna let that go for about 2-3 minutes to cook the shrimp. And then we about to get to eating up in here. Hi everybody, we're back and the gumbo is ready. It's dinner time at the Stokes house on Saturday night. Thanks for helping me, Mike. I ended up cooking the rice myself. But we got our rice done, and so I just plated some here. We got some garlic bread. Gotta have some bread to dip it in. And this gumbo is looking so good. I can't wait to eat it. That's a big dollop. That's gonna be good eating, Mr. Mike. You ready for some?
Some folks,
Oh my gosh.
like over around Kaplan, I got friends, they put potato salad in their gumbo.
We have never done that.
No, probably never will. But I find it astonishing. When they first told me that, I just couldn't even comprehend. What are you talking about? But, and they put boiled eggs in there also.
No,
Nah,
I like it just like this. I'm not trying to eat breakfast. All right, so I've got it plated here. One essential item is gumbo. What is this? Oh, it says gumbo.
it's filet.
Filet, which is really ground sassafras.
And I don't call it essential.
I call it essential.
Okay. It's optionally essential.
It makes a good flavor for me. I like it.
Mhm.
It almost tastes spicy to me.
Yeah.
So
It ain't bad, but
I'll give you a little.
But yeah, I eat it, but I don't miss it if it's not there.
Got a little parsley for garnish. A little martonis on top. Just a little.
Just a little.
And some green onions.
You don't have to do just a little green onions on mine.
Okay,
like
this
it.
is yours with all the rice in it.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to eat.
That's good.
I like it.
I do too.
I'm ready to eat it, Miss Merle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was making seafood gumbo on a Saturday night, a family pot. This would probably feed a family of 4 for 2 nights. And normally we have a pot that's up to here when we make it because we have the whole family over and freeze some as well. So tonight we made this in really about an hour, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yes! And so we are going to get to eating up in here. We want to thank you for joining Cajun Cooking TV tonight. Join us every Saturday night. We're always cooking up something good. And if you want to check out our recipe, we have the main recipe for the big pot of gumbo on our website at Cajun Cooking TV. If you want to get one of our cookbooks, we have Cajun Cooking Made Easy. It's about 90 plus recipes that we've cooked and have accompanying videos. And our gumbo is on page number 7. So check that out. If you liked any of the products you've seen here tonight, just reach out to me. These are Pampered Chef products, and I can get them for you. What else you want to tell the folks?
Oh, be sure to like us on Facebook. Just search Cajun Cooking TV on Facebook, and we post all of our videos, all of our TV shows, and a lot of stuff that doesn't make it to the TV shows. I mean, like the stuff we make during the week, we'll post a video. Not necessarily the videos, at least a recipe.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Just let you know what's cooking at the Stokes house.
What's cooking?
What's cooking? Or where we're going out to eat, because I like to go out to eat.
Yeah.
All right, good night, folks. See you next time.
A few moments later.
Are you a fan of Cajun Cooking TV? Check out our cookbook available called Cajun Cooking Made Easy. Enjoy our full recipes, instructions, links on how-to videos, and much more. Cajun Cooking Made Easy. Order your copy today on our website at CajunCookingTV.com. Get yours for only $9.95 and is personally signed by Cajun Cooking Beryl Stokes.